yeah, me putting a bike together. Well, actually, no, not me putting a bike together. Miss Marta's going to have a go at putting a bike together. I've done this now 4 or 5 times. She's got the manual. This is the Eskute. It's a 2024 bike. It's brand new. This is my first time seeing it. It's the M100, and it's a cross between like a road mountain bike. So yeah, it's interesting. But we've got to assemble it. The unboxing is done. Time to put it together. Are you ready?
No, I must say that user manual and reading manuals and sticking to like step by step, it's not my strongest point, but I'm definitely willing to give it a good go.
Well, when you get stuck, just give me a shout.
So we've got English, Dutch, French, Netherlands, Italiano, Espanol. Nevertheless, it looks good. We've got loads of pictures, so let's stick to that, hey? Cool, let's go. So we've got toolkit and from Eskute and that
I've brought some
toolkit.
just in case.
I know he's always so well prepared. It's unbelievable. Step number 2.
I'm going to make it
I
easier for you.
already broke it.
No, you carry on.
As you can see, Mr. C, he actually done it once or twice. The one that he's done already for us, it's a little stud that it's at the back, looking pretty. We're going to start from installing the handlebars, and then we're going to use a little Allen key in order to do that. And Mr. C, he said that if I'm going to get stuck, he'll definitely assist. So, where's the handlebar?
Right, handlebars.
Okay, that's it. Cool. So apparently there is a couple of like screws that we need to undo. Thank you so much. Are you being my assistant now?
I am.
Oh, for a tent.
I'll hold it for you.
Okay then.
So the screws they're talking about would be the front ones there.
Oh right.
So
okay.
on the headstock, you've got
I even
4
choose
screws.
the correct
Yeah,
one.
we've got 4 screws
So
with the
apparently
Allen key.
you need to unscrew them first. So that's
Yep.
the easy part. Right. I'm not entirely sure
So
what
you
to
have
do
to do
with.
is you have to look and make sure the handlebars are facing the right direction.
Okay.
So our handlebars are going to go around this way, and they go into that headstock then.
All right. Okay. Cool.
And once they're sitting inside there,
Yeah.
you have to have 8 fingers and 8 thumbs, because you need to be able to hold it in place, put the plate on, and put your screws back in.
Listen, look, it's not that bad because once you've got.
So when you're starting to do these up, my advice would be to part them at a time. So always do crisscross, so top, bottom, right,
Oh, I
top
didn't
left,
know that.
bottom right, top right, bottom left, so on and so forth. If there's a line on the centre, I would line the centre up. If not, just get it as close as you can to the centre, and then tilt your handlebars back. And on the top here, we've actually got the display, and display moves, so you can tilt the display forward and bring the handlebars back. You can see where the handlebars go because you've got these little pads on the side there, so they're going to be roughly in the right place. So once you've just nip it up, then you can tighten them up afterwards.
I'm gonna leave them loose. I'm not gonna kind of screw them to the very end, so then we can just adjust that if need to be later on, isn't it? But we've got it in place, so that's perfect. Okay.
So again, this is loose this way as well. Your headstock's going to tilt that way, so this one's just nipping up to keep it from spinning
so
round.
that is, you see, it brings me back my childhood memories, where I had this blue bike called Pelican.
Out of all the ones, this is the one that's going to be the tightest. To
Is
make
it?
sure, yeah, because that's you don't want your handlebars coming loose.
Well, obviously not, but then I thought maybe once we've got everything
We'll check them all after.
assembled, isn't it? Then we can kind of make sure everything is really tight. We've got a front wheel.
So inside the front wheel, they put a stem, which is a protector, to protect the actual front wheel, the bolts at the bottom there. So they put a protector in, so that's got to come out first before the wheel goes in. And then your wheel, your centre stud, is going to be this.
So that needs to come off?
Yep.
Okay, and then we've got our wheel.
This is your quick release.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to take the nut off the end, off there.
Oh, okay.
Poke that through.
All right, okay.
And then the nut goes back on.
Well,
set.
that was very easy.
So it's set like that.
I always thought that I was kind of getting freaked out where someone said, oh, just take off the front wheel. And I'm thinking, yeah, I can take it off, but how I'm going to put it back on, I really don't know. So that was really, really easy.
That's your locking for locking it up and down.
Yeah.
So your adjustment is this side when you screw it in tight, and those little lugs there on there will go inside the little tiny holes in the bottom underneath down here.
Okay, cool.
Also lining up your brake disc to make sure your disc goes in between the pads. So then what you do is your little pins would line up then in the holes.
Okay. Got it on my side, have you got it on your side? Perfect.
So it has to go on this side because this brake disc has to go inside the caliper. So they slide inside there. So it can only go on one way. You can't get the wheel the wrong way around.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Washer is going first, or?
Yeah. And again, if you bought a set of mud guards, they'd go into that same screw then if you wanted to put mud guards on it.
Alright, okay. I like mud guards.
Right, so where are we up to? We have got the seating. And again, we've got an adjustment on the back side of it as well. Which
important.
you can wind in, wind that in until this becomes tight and locks the seat in. So it's literally just slips the seat in the top. So that's the seat. It's looking more like a bike now. The only other thing you've got to do is attach the pedals. I will give you some tips and advice on the pedals.
Please do.
There's a left and a right hand.
And which one is which one?
It should have a left and a right on it because they've got opposite threads, so they won't go in. If you try to put it in the wrong one, it won't go in. So you'll find that on the pedals you'll have an L and an R
I've got
probably.
L. I've got a L.
Yeah, on the end of the stem, just on the end there, you can see this one's got an R on it. And as long as you know which side is your left and your right, so that'll be the right.
That's right.
That's the other right. The
Oh,
other left.
wow.
And
Okay,
it'll only
so
go
just
one
screw
way.
that.
So if it doesn't go on forwards,
Yeah.
you've got to turn that bit there. So if it doesn't go on forwards, then it's the opposite one that goes backwards. So it depends on which one it is, and that's where you need your spanner then to wind it in.
Yes, I will use that.
Got some nice chunky reflectors, and you've got some nice big studs on them as well for
Brilliant.
keeping your
I
feet
find
on.
those studs so handy. Just the other day, that's where we were cycling. So then your shoes didn't slip off the pedal.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant, you know. I like the fact that it's assembly. It looks really easy. And it's even easier with someone who actually done it a couple of times. I'm sure I would be able to do it by myself.
I've been around bikes and assembled bikes for years,
Well,
so
exactly.
I have a good idea on how it works anyway. You know, we'll advise that you go around and check every nut and bolt on everything, just in case you've had a lazy assembly person on the line.
100%.
I've done that before, where I've taken it for granted, and just make sure that everything is done up. It's a big bit of advice. So your pedals are on, and the other thing you've got to attach now is your stand. And you're ready to go. And you've got a rear reflector as well that needs to go on for safety.
And then we need this, and then so for the reflector we've got a little screwdriver. Let's just do that. There. Nice and easy.
Yeah, that's all right, that's on.
Perfect. Now we need this, and we've got a screw, so we're gonna need most likely an Allen key, most likely the thicker one.
So you have two holes there.
Yeah, can I forget this one?
Where the stand will then go. So it slots on, nice and simple, and then your bolts go through. So that's just it, that's it. Bike is assembled. What was your first time when I've thrown you in totally the deep end?
If you did.
Because you've literally come home from work and you said, come on, let's go for it.
But I always wanted to do it. I think for me personally, you know, every time I'm trying to put the bike into my car, I need to take off the front wheel, and that just, again, you know, showed me that really it's not that difficult, and you can just put it easily back together.
Yep.
You know, couple of tools, and you're good to go, really.
I'll quickly give you a quick rundown of what we've got here. So this is
What are
the
these for?
M100. There's always a problem when you've got a spare screw left over, isn't there?
Okay,
I don't know, I'll work it out in a minute and see what's missing and what we haven't got. But everything's on, everything's attached.
I wonder how warranty is actually long for. I just found this warranty
card as well, because the wind's blowing everything around. So this is a 250 watt motor with 50 Newton meters of torque, and it's got a lithium 36 volt 10.4 amp hour battery. I reckon it'll do about 35 miles. 7 Shimano gears, weighs about 25 kilograms, 27.5-inch wheels. So that's basically it. I'm going to do a full bike review. I'm going to go over the bike. I'm going to give it a good going over now, make sure everything's done up nice and tight, everything's secure, set the ride height properly. I'm going to do a video on actually how to set up your ride height. Yeah, make sure the front wheel's done up tight, make sure the brakes work and everything like that, and give the battery a charge, and we'll take it for a bit of a ride. Not today, it's getting late now, so we'll see you in the next one. Did you enjoy that?
I did. I think I found it very easy to assemble. Actually, I was a little bit, because it's my first electric bike. I never had anything to do with electric bikes as such. So I was a little bit worried about the fact that, I've got those cables and everything, but everything is kind of, took away quite neatly. It's brilliant. I think it's quite nice and easy. And also,
It's a nice looking, I like the bike. I think it looks
did you
quite
mention
nice.
the price maybe?
Price,
Because
I will,
was
yeah.
a big surprise. I always associated with the electric bikes with the price that it's just not reachable or just through the roof.
Yeah. At the moment, this is actually on for under £600. It's on for £599 British pounds, and it will retail £899. So yeah, it's a really, really good, affordable bike to have. So all we need to do really is ride it. But yeah, assembly is done. Next time, we'll see you riding it. Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.